Hello everybody, today is February 16th, 2020, 11:02 a.m. Temperatures 36 Fahrenheit, 2 Celsius, and today I'm going to take you on a video walk of the neighborhood of Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. So I just got out the R train at Bay Ridge Avenue. I'm going to get out at the northwest corner at 4th Avenue. And here we are, Bay Ridge. Mostly a residential neighborhood. I think I'll start off walking down 4th Avenue here. It's one of the main streets of Bay Ridge along with 3rd Avenue. As I said before, it's a residential neighborhood. It's bounded by the neighborhoods of Sunset Park on the north, Dyker Heights on the east, the Narrows and the Belt Parkway to the west, and the Fort Hamilton Army Base, and the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge to the south. And the part of Bay Ridge south of 86th Street is commonly referred to as a sub-neighborhood called Fort Hamilton. So I think we'll be able to see some of that area today. A little bit of history about Bay Ridge. It was formerly the westernmost portion of the town of New Utrecht, one of the early towns of what is modern-day Brooklyn. It was part of two towns, Yellow Hook to the north and Fort Hamilton to the south. The north part, which was Yellow Hook, was renamed Bay Ridge in 1853 to avoid the connotations associated with the yellow fever at the time. So interesting history there. But originally this land was inhabited by the Canarsie Indians, part of the Lenape peoples. It wasn't until the subway came to Bay Ridge that this area rapidly expanded, that being the modern-day R train. The line first opened for service in June of 1915. So until about the early 1970s, going into modern history now, Bay Ridge was mostly a Norwegian community. But then a lot of different immigrants moved in. You had the Irish, the Italian, and the Greeks. And then in other parts of Bay Ridge, there's Russian, Polish, Lebanese, as well as Chinese and Middle Eastern and Arab Americans that live in Bay Ridge. So there's a large group of ethnic groups here in Bay Ridge. In fact, I'm reading here that it's even referred to as Brooklyn's Arab community in Bay Ridge. The heart of Brooklyn's Arab community. I don't really know where that is, but maybe we'll get a sense of it by walking down 4th Avenue here.
Because I'm telling you, once you fit in with that bad crowd,
Alright, let's go and see what the neighborhood's all about. I do notice there's a lot of churches here in Bay Ridge. Also probably lending itself due to the large amount of ethnic populations in the area. This is Our Lady of Angels, a Roman Catholic church. Don't know how long this has been here, but it looks very grand. Here we got the Bay Ridge Preparatory School, probably associated with that church across the street as well. There's many apartment buildings across the street. Looks like that one's 6 stories tall. And here's another church over here. I can't even see the name of it. It's probably on that sign over there at the corner. This is the Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd in Bay Ridge on 4th Avenue and Bay Ridge Parkway. Here's a rehabilitation facility. I also read that Bay Ridge has a large elderly population as well. So I think we should be able to see a lot of medical facilities, rehabilitation care, and a lot of places for assisted living as well, if that is the case. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a medical imaging site across the street. Wow, and here's a Korean church, the United Korean Church of New York. So there was a Roman Catholic church, a Lutheran church, and now a Korean church. That was the 77th Street subway station I passed on the R train. Here is an ophthalmology center. Yes, a lot of doctor's offices here. Gastroenterology. So you can go in there when you're having stomach issues or problems with the digestive tract. That's what they specialize in. It's a funeral home here. The Clavin Funeral Home since 1886. Long time. This is an interesting name for an apartment building, the Colonial. It even has some different designs there on the columns. And I see a pigeon's nest in between the columns too. Pigeons are very resourceful. Any kind of crack or crevice that they can go into, they'll build their nest there. They're very resilient birds. Pediatric Center. Wow, that architecture of that apartment building looked very nice. They had like a courtyard type area in the front. And there's another church across the street, Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Bay Ridge. Well, I think this strip of Bay Ridge can be pretty much called like residence area, doctor's offices, and religious institutions. There in the corner there is Bay Ridge Jewish Center. How many more religious institutions, doctor's offices, and apartment buildings are we going to see here? And these side streets here look like private homes. And here's another church. This church is called the St. Anselm Roman Catholic Church. In a few blocks, I'll be passing by 86th Street. It's what I call the commercial center of Bay Ridge. It's also a major transportation area. A lot of buses there connect to the borough of Staten Island. Those buses will go over the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge. Wow, I had no idea there's a hotel here in Bay Ridge, but there is. The Best Western Gregory Hotel at the corner of 84th Street and 4th Avenue. I definitely see a lot more people on the next block up ahead. Oh, and by the way, if you want your doctor's offices, right there. Internal medicine, and also physical and occupational therapy, do more, achieve, and a dental office. And here's Pro Health. Here's a grocery store. You can see the prices of items there. $1 for a bag of onions, $1 each for mangoes, 99 cents a pound for white potatoes, and $1.99 for 5 pounds of Idaho potatoes. Alright, now we're getting into the commercial area of Bay Ridge, like I stated earlier. Here's a Thai restaurant. Across the street there's a catering place. I can't really read the script too well, but I think it says ⁴ Catering or ⁴ Catering. Alright, here's 86th Street. There we got Mocha Coffee across the street. Plaka Restaurant, which is Greek. I see McDonald's, Banana Republic, Panda Express. Alright, here's a place called ⁴ in reference to the street. 86th Street. It's a Chinese restaurant. Here's Taco Wow. You can see the prices of the various menu items there on the window. And you can't have a place in New York without a bagel place. Or I should say, you can't have a neighborhood in New York without a bagel place. Bagels are a staple of the New York diet here. Alright, Taco Bell across the street. Here's Garden Hills Gourmet Market. Alright, this is probably the fanciest medical place I've seen. City MD Urgent Care Center. So in addition to all those doctor's offices earlier up on 4th Avenue, you have an urgent care center as well. There's a pharmacy, the Easy RX pharmacy. And now I know there's a lot of car dealerships in this area of Bay Ridge. There's Honda across the street, Bay Ridge Honda. Here's a sushi bar cocktail lounge, ⁴ Hibachi Steakhouse. Very fancy. You can check out their menu here. Well, they don't even list the prices, so I guess you have to inquire inside for their prices. Alright, so we had Easy RX Pharmacy earlier, and now there's Easy Rental for cars, vans, SUVs, and passenger vans. And here's the certified used Honda car place. And here we have Volkswagen, which I think is German for the literal translation of People's Wagon. Here's Mazda, which is definitely Japanese. And then you have Hyundai across the street. Both used and new and used Hyundai cars. A-list leasing. Break your lease with no penalty. Well, if you want to break your lease with no penalty, they know how to do it. So you can go into that store. Alright, here's a chain pizza restaurant in New York City. Artichoke Basile's Pizza. Basically, it's a very heavy pizza slice. You eat one of those slices and you'll be full for the whole day. It's crazy. Alright, guess I gotta go around this car like that. They need pizza makers as well, so if you're seeing this in mid-February, you can give them a call. Maybe they're still hiring some pizza makers. Wow, look at this. They have their music right going through the window. You could hear it. Kickboxing gym. There's Uno Chicago Grill on the corner. So if you're craving deep dish pizza, that's where you go. There's a Middle Eastern restaurant here, the First Oasis. Tobacco and convenience store. And another place called Gustaro. Here's the last stop on the R train, the 95th Street station in Bay Ridge. Here's Fushimi Restaurants. Interesting name for a restaurant. It's based on fish. Seems like a fish theme. And here we have BMW. So the BMW dealership is on 94th Street and 4th Avenue. Here's an Italian restaurant, Rocco's. And Hunter's Steak and Ale House. Here's the Brooklyn Public Library of the Fort Hamilton branch. Closed today because it's Sunday. And here we have the Fort Hamilton Diner, open 24 hours. It's a store for lease here. You can call up the number, get some more information if you're interested. A 99-cent store. St. Patrick's Church across the street. Large bell tower too. Here's a energyfuelny.com smoothie shop. Orthodontics for your children and adults. And get that smile looking nice and bright and wide. In front of me in the distance is the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge. Connects Brooklyn to Staten Island. That's where I'm pretty much headed. I'm going to show you the park there by the edge. Student driver. Seems to be parking pretty far away from the traffic light there. Here's Marine Avenue. Good left turn by the student driver. Take a look at this, the Laundry King, open 24 hours. Here is Campagna, coal-fired pizza. I wonder how they are. It smells pretty good from the outside. Now we have some businesses called the Narrows. Here's the Narrows Pharmacy and the Narrows Coffee Shop. And the reason why this is called the Narrows is I think it's the narrowest point between Brooklyn and Staten Island, because there's a body of water connecting them both. That's why this bridge in front of me is called the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge, because it spans the Narrows. Positano Italian restaurant. Looks like they were celebrating Valentine's Day because there's hearts in the window there. Alright, let's cross the street. And I'll show you this park here. There's an actual cannon there in the middle of that park, I see. This is the John Paul Jones Park. Let's take a look at this monument here. This is a war monument. Looks like it reads that it's dedicated to the Dover Patrol. Erected as a tribute to the comradeship and service of the American naval forces in Europe during the World War. Very impressive monument here. These pigeons seem to be having a good time here on top of this monument. There's a huge cannon here. Not sure if this cannon has seen actual service, but there it is, along with live cannonballs. All right, let's cross the streets. And then cross the street over there, and I'll show you the view of the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge at Shore Road Park. Busy area here for the Belt Parkway. Connects to the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway and Kennedy Airport. Okay, let's go and check out this bridge now. A little bit dangerous of a crossing here. Got high-speed cars. You don't know which one of them will go onto the highway. Alright everyone, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video down below for this amazing view of the Verrazzano-Narrows Bridge. Subscribe if you haven't already to the channel, and I'll see you all next time.